will the President/God Emperor for life ever choose a partner to reign alongside them?
What are you guys trying to spell?
I'm not moving it.
I'm not moving it either.
Jezebel? Who the fuck is...
Is that not normal?
Okay, so this is going to be our review, or at least mine and Fernando's review, of the expansion pack to Saints Row 4, Gat Out of Hell.
Yeah.
Yeah! Sup?
That was such a non sequitur. It's just like, yeah.
I was being the hype. Hey man, I was being the hype man to Ryan.
Well, the way you said it's almost like we had Alan, and when I say Alan, I mean like slender black man Alan. Where it's not like he says anything. It's just like, yeah. Wait, what are we talking about again?
Yeah, what y'all talking about? I'm sorry, I'm way too high for this shit. Oh man, if we could bring Tommy, I would love.
Wait, was Alan ever high on the podcast? I think he was
I
just.
did like it. Okay, anyway, let's get back to this thing. So yes, we're reviewing Saints Row, the expansion pack, Get Out of the Hell, and buy it. There you go. Review's over. Bye.
No, but just to give people our things, you play it on PC and I play it on PS4, correct?
Yeah, I played it on PC and you played it on PS4. Yeah, and keep in mind, people, I think this does need to be brought in to the forefront. This is $20 standalone expansion. So you gotta adjust your expectations. Think, Blood Dragon,
And let me first off by saying that this stays true to the Saints Row 4 formula of being chaotic fun.
Oh, yeah.
If you're one of those people that are like, you know what, I want Saints Row to return to what 1 and 2 was, this is not that. Obviously, because it involves hell. This game...
If you guys were really expecting the Saints Row franchise to go back to Saints 1 and Saints Row 2, your expectations should have been gone the minute that Saints Row 4 came in.
Mm-hmm. But this game, like I said, it is a hell of a lot of fun.
Oh,
this game...
Did you have to use that pun?
That was unintentional.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
I have to call it out just because it seemed kind of obvious.
Thank you, Charles. Oh, you...
That was...
Punch in here, my friend.
That was a completely unintentional pun, but...
Before you slip there, I see.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's Chris's fault.
Why don't
It's
you
Cyber's
get out
fault.
of here? God damn it.
He taught me the ways of the world.
Yeah. Why don't you get out of here?
That's better,
Yeah.
That's a response to my complaint, right?
Yeah, I know. But okay, let's talk about, right off the bat, the plot of this game, which basically the President of the United States, your character, has been kidnapped by Satan because of a incident with a Ouija board, and Johnny Gat, the badass of this entire franchise, and
Voiced by
Kinsey,
Daniel Day Kim, a.k.a. Jin from Lost.
Yeah, and Kinsey has to follow your main character from all the other Saints Row franchises into hell for the one goal, to shoot Satan in the face.
Because Satan wants to marry...
Wait, maybe we shouldn't...
Well, I mean, this is...
Wasn't that revealed, right at the beginning?
I didn't think it was it?
Yeah, it was. They revealed right in the beginning that he did it so that he can marry his daughter off.
Okay, then yeah, we'll leave that in. My bad. Okay, so...
Furthermore, I'm pretty sure when we talked about the game last week, we outright said, oh yeah, that's the plot.
Okay.
Yeah,
then,
I mean, this is the synopsis. We're not telling you what happened at the end.
Right. So...
But on your journey, you meet very colorful characters. Like, you meet the main villain from Saints Row 2, Vogel, who was the leader of Ultor. You meet the various people from history, such as Shakespeare, Blackbeard, Rasputin, and who else do you meet? Do you meet somebody else? I can't remember. Oh, you meet the twins from the Saints Row 3, voiced by Sasha Grey.
Both by Sasha Grey? I didn't realize that was the thing.
Yes, the twins, at least in Saints Row 3, one of them was voiced by Sasha Grey.
See, they didn't really look a whole hell of a lot like I'm just basing this off what I saw on the Rage Slug video. For a reason, they didn't look a whole hell of a lot like they used to.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they retconned them into being fraternal twins. Anyway, the whole point of the game is that the new mechanic they added to this is the glide mechanic, and they augment a few of the superpowers. While they don't drastically change how some of the superpowers work, it's still really fun, and they add a little hellish component to them all. But the glide mechanic is really what you're looking for, which can be upgraded throughout your game experience to like almost giving you seemingly limitless flight, and it's a whole lot of fun. And it makes collectible gathering a lot more easier and fun to do because you could just easily in one little trip grab like 20 upgrade little orbs because they use the same mechanic of getting the orbs in order to upgrade your powers.
Right.
All that still.
And there's something of note here is that the place that this is set in, called New Hades, is like half the size of Saints Row 4's Steelport. And it may be half the size, but Jesus, it's just as dense with things and stuff to do and find. Like me, I spent like the first 2 hours or so just flying around and just hunting collectibles. And it's one of the game's best things, and it's one of my worst weaknesses, because I'd be set out like, okay, I gotta do this one mission, and then a cluster would catch my eyes, and it'd be like, ooh, shiny! And I'd just totally forget everything and start collecting all these clusters that were all next to each other, and I would totally forget what I was doing.
And you know what? I did the same thing too.
Yeah, and that's one of the great things about this game.
Yeah.
Actually, this game is really great, and I mean, there's nothing really bad that I could say about this right now, because I mean, there's just so many great things. The humor is just as strong as it was. And I mean, you know, you got people like Vlad the Impaler. You have all these people that are in hell that it's just funny as hell, and funny as hell.
My God. You two are so.
Yeah, I mean, this thing is just funny, and it just keeps going on, and the people you meet here in hell is just a surprise all the time.
Yeah, but I have some complaints with the game, to be fair.
Which one? Yeah.
One of the main complaints is I wish that there was more story missions, because I feel like there's a lack of it, and like I feel like the story missions themselves, they don't have like this. You know how like with Saints Row 4 you have those loyalty missions. I really wish that they had more loyalty missions that weren't just like do a bunch of side quests for each of those main characters.
True. Yeah. Well, it's also, there is one problem, is that no matter how you play this game, the game's always going to advance, because basically the way you push for the advance is you have to fill up this thing called Satan's Wrath to trigger events. And by the time I went on my hour-long collectible hunt, and after I gathered the 4 powers and everything, that meter was already halfway, and just completing the loyalty missions just made it go through just easy, which just made it wrap up.
Well, the thing is that you don't have to do the final mission. Like it still gives you time to like, but the other story main missions, they will pop up when you're in the middle of doing so. Not like if you're in the middle of a side quest or one of those things, but if you're just in the middle of collectible gathering, it'll just be like, oh, cut into like a cutscene and all this other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, people really, there's nothing we can say horribly about these games, because, look, if you're a fan of this game, or you're a fan of this franchise, you know, since like the 3rd series, you know, Saints Row 3, you're probably going to buy this, because this is $20 a standalone. And for those people that are interested in this game and have never played Saints Row before, yeah, buy this. It's $20. You can play it without having to buy Saints Row 4, and other than you having like spoilers from Saints Row 4, there's really nothing wrong.
And even then, most of those spoilers, they don't make sense unless you played the game.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, really, the only people I could see that would not want to play this are people who are huge fans of Saints Row 1 and 2 and just couldn't deal with the insane left turn that this franchise took, which to me was the better thing that they did.
Honestly, this was one of the few instances where going full retard was actually beneficial.
Oh yeah, yeah. They didn't just go full retard. They went beyond full retard. They went just insane.
They jumped the shark more than Henry Winkler jumped the shark literally in Arrested Development. They got like a whole truck full of sharks, and
they jumped the shark, fucked it, and killed it.
I like when Fernando's referencing something where someone's actually jumping the shark. He decides to not reference, the original jumping the shark thing. Instead, he goes for like, well, let me reference something where they make a joke about that.
Let me reference Arrested Development.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the bad season of Arrested Development.
Yeah.
Which one? Wait, was it?
Wait, was
I thought that was season 3.
I don't think was that season 3? I thought that was a season 4 thing. Because I don't remember that in season 3.
I don't know. I thought maybe just because I don't. That's a fine.
I don't even know if it happened in Arrested Development. I just want to talk about it.
I just wanted Henry the Fonz jumped the shark. I just wanted to say that. No, but Gat Out of Hell is for. Do you like Saints Row 4? Yes. Buy this game. It is $20, or even just wait until it's on sale. It's a ton of fun. Granted, it's like you can basically complete almost predominantly 100% the whole game in 5 hours. Let's say
like 5-6 hours. Like if you wanted to get everything and do everything as much as possible, I would say maybe 7-8 hours, maybe around that.
I think I beat it all in like 5 or 6 hours myself.
Did you? Okay.
So basically what Fernando is saying is he's a better gamer than you, Ryan. See, the reason you didn't like Dragon Age or Inquisition was just that you couldn't get good. And quite clearly, Fernando got good.
Fuck yourself, first off. It's not my fault that game's a piece of shit.
I just felt like bringing it up.
I'm going to say Dragon Age Inquisition is a great game that many people love, including myself. And
yeah, hey, guess what? You know, a lot of people like the Twilight movies, and Dane Cook didn't mean they were good either.
That's why a lot of people
got the plague, but it didn't mean it was good either in the end.
Ryan's gonna be really upset when he finds out that Fernando is the biggest fan of Dane Cook ever.
Oh God!
No, man, I love jokes that end with no punchlines all the time.
Yeah. I love a guy that steals people, much better comedians' jokes, you know?
That's why I listen to Carlos Mencia all the time.
Yeah.
I thought you just did that because, you had to show your, Hispanic pride.
Nope.
I thought that was the only reason why people listen to Carlos Mencia.
I mean, it's him or George Lopez. I mean,
so you're pretty much stuck between a rock and a hard place there. It's like, well...
Yeah. Hey, if you want a lobotomy, you can listen to Carlos Mencia.
You know what was the most stupidest thing I heard? I heard somebody praising Cat Williams as a great comedian once.
Cat Williams?
Oh, God. He's not bad, but he's nowhere near as good as, anyone else.
I find funny that took you a while to figure that out. It's like, he's not better than... Let me say this, he's no Dane Cook, okay?
Well, no, look, he's not Dane Cook, but he's not, as good as, Gabriel Iglesias or, Louis C.K. or...
Wait, Gabriel Iglesias, the fluffy dude?
I like him more than I like Cat Williams. I was about to say Cat Dennings.
You see, the whole message from that whole thing is he only likes a comedian if they can be a minority, they just need to be a light-skinned minority.
Well, he needs someone to relate to, okay?
Well, no, hey, I like Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
I like Troy from Community and his stand-up.
I like how you can't even think of what his actual name is.
Donald Glover.
Yeah, I like Donald Glover's weirdo special. But anyway, back to Gat Out of Hell.
Yes. Well, what can we say? Buy this game,
Yeah, and it does look significantly better with the next-gen polish, I would say.
Okay, That was something I was going to mention, actually. Because again, I haven't played the game, and I'm just basing this off what I saw at on the Rage Select video. Does Hell look as murky as it does in that video? Because it looked really murky for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And I couldn't tell if that was maybe a rendering issue with the video itself or
an
issue with the game.
Okay, when I played it on my TV, the colors pop up a lot more, and you notice it a lot more because it works well. Because with Saints Row, when you use your powers, they're very bombastic and they're like a bunch of flying lights would pop up, so it works well with that.
Yeah, I was gonna say otherwise the game, because like from the video it looked a bit like this seems bizarrely bland almost.
Yeah, it's kind of murky, but it's not like really, really bad.
Yeah. But it's the actual visual flair and particle effects from using your powers and the weapons and all that other stuff.
Okay, I just thought that the environment design looked a bit.
And also, I gotta say, there's the 7 deadly weapons of sin or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And each one of them is a really fun, creative weapon, a la Ratchet and Clank style with their uniqueness. It makes that also is a really fun added bonus.
One of the weapons, people, is a lazy boy chair with machine guns attached to it.
That can shoot missiles.
Yeah.
When you recline the seat back. That game is, it literally even more, it gets even more ludicrous. And there's also a part in the game where, at the end of the game, I don't know if they're going to use, because they introduced several different endings that could lead to different potential things you see in the sequels to Saints Row like 5. It hints towards that. And I wonder if they're using this game as a testing ground to see which choices are the most prevalent, to see which direction they're putting Saints Row 5 in. I can only wonder.
Well, there's only one place they could really go.
No, but they hint at the end. I don't want to spoil any of the endings, but there are several endings that hint to different possibilities.
Yeah, that is true. Honestly, this is one of those franchises that I love because it's so ridiculous. It's so insane. And I just want it to keep going.
Yeah. Like, me giving it a review right now, I might give it a 7.5.
Yeah. Wait, are we actually doing the point system?
Well, I don't know. I feel pointing system. I like the old loading bar, which was a bargain bin, full price, and all that stuff. I like that better than giving it an arbitrary number rating.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give it a 7. I think that's good.
Either, if you like Saints Row 4, buy it or wait for it to be on sale. That's my main suggestion, to be quite honest.
Yeah, same here.
Hey, Satan. I love weddings.